I think what makes St. Michael's so special is a feeling of community, especially a faith-based community.
I actually started teaching here last year, and my girls were already in their former school. But because of the atmosphere that St. Michael's has, I knew that this was a place where I wanted my girls to come. I knew that they'd be welcomed with open arms from not only the teachers, the students, the faculty and staff. And not only does it have a warm environment, but from the academic standpoint, also the religious standpoint, knowing that they were able to talk about God in their classroom.
It's really nice with the preschoolers because we get them super involved with the school right away. The big kids come in and they kind of do peer projects with them. So when we do that, they get real excited to be with the kids. Take them through the school. We go to computer lab, so they get to kind of get involved with the bigger kids, and they kind of get to absorb the spirit of St. Mike's.
The SMS spirit here at St. Michael's is amazing, and it starts with our principal, who sets the tone every day for our children and greets each and every one of them like they are very special.
The students, as they are well aware, I am their school mom. I check in on them, make sure that they're doing okay academically, socially, behaviorally. I'm there to listen to them, to answer questions they may have, to be a support system. I am a support system to the students, faculty, and staff, and parents.
Before I taught here, I taught in Munster for the Performance Center, and I traveled around from school to school. And whenever I stepped into a Catholic school, there was a completely different vibe. Students were more focused, and you kind of felt like there was more on the line because parents are putting their hard-earned money into giving these children their education, and there's a lot more at stake and a lot more pressure that I think is good.
I think everybody's style, I think there's a style in no matter what your profession is. Everybody has their own style. Children are adaptable. I think that we also, as teachers, we adapt to the children and to the class that we have, as well as the children adapting to each child. But I know there's something to be learned from somebody who's been teaching a long time, but I also know there's a lot to be learned from somebody who's been teaching just for a short period of time.
They're flourishing, they're learning what it's going to be like for the future for them in small steps with our Chromebooks and our computer class and what our computer teacher is offering, and then what I show them on the smart board.
Technology in the class life. I'm one of those old dogs who've been taught a lot of new tricks. And the technology is used amazingly within our world here, and the children adjust to it so much easier, I think, even than we do as adults. We have the smart board, we have the Chromebooks, and we of course have computer classes. Projects are done with using the technology that we have.
For me, since I'm not so much teaching from a book, it's more about how to be kind to one another and how to use materials respectfully, since we're all sharing them within the school and my classroom. And whenever somebody's being mean to one another, I can always look at them and ask them, when we were in church this week, do you think that's something we would hear, something Jesus would do to one of his apostles, and use it as a backbone for teaching them a better moral integrity.
I love working with little kids, obviously, which is why I do what I do, but it's very rewarding for me to see how they grow up and carry on, and I even have children that are now in high school, and to see that is amazing.
Young children are like little sponges, and they just grasp onto a foreign language just like they are grasping onto English.
English is not the only thing in this world, that there are so many other languages.
Everyone is so involved in the school, from parents to grandparents. I love to see all of the excitement when our teams are winning. Not only that, but how they build each other up through this SMS spirit.
I think that our school develops a child not just in the academics ways, but in the ways for the whole world. And it makes them more prepared as a human being to go out into the world, not just as an academic endeavor.
We cannot do this alone. The faculty and staff and I cannot do this alone. So we have amazing parents us in areas that we need help in.
Last year, as a matter of fact, I had a family, and I'm like, you can reach out so many ways to figure out how you can keep your child here. It was so important for her. She went to other open houses, and she came back to me like in tears. I have to keep them here, and she did. She was able to do it, and those are the stories I love to hear because it is a real family atmosphere here, and it's nice to be able to keep them all together.